Okay, howdy folks. I'm back with the 1,000 Plat Challenge, and this time in the Rathe Mountains. You'll be happy to know that I just completed a video here in Rathe Mountains, and of course I forgot to turn my microphone on, so I get to redo all this. It didn't take very long though, I can assure you. I kind of emptied my bags of everything that was sellable, and I've got 1,364 plat. So I got to, of course, add 1,000 onto that. So let's go ahead and get at it now that you can actually hear me, and we shall take this on. This was historically the favorite place to farm money, but it was also a pretty good experience too. Being one of in the original game, one of the higher level zones. And you can see I've littered the place with corpses. Get this orc warrior here. Anyway, you've got lizards, you've got orcs, you've got all kinds of guys running around here. If you killed the lizard men, you lose faction with them. But there's no other faction hits for doing it. And they can sometimes have some nice cash. The three main mobs you go after with money are, of course, the hill giants. And you have cyclops, and you have these giant skeletons, which can drop, 3 copper, or in that case, 1 platinum, 1 gold. So there's basilisks running around, and the tongues they drop are worth, I think, 7 or 8 gold. And then, of course, they drop eggs, which are very useful in baking. So this is an original zone, so the forage loot table is the original standard. Hill giants, along with dropping, in that case, 10 platinum right there, they drop fine steel weapons, which were worth 5 plat or a little bit extra, and then lambent stones, which are worth, I want to say, 4 platinum. I remember it was just a little less than what the fine steel weapons were, but they stack, so of course, there's no downside really to looting them, other than bag space. Just a couple of things about this zone. It was an original zone. Because it dropped so much money, the high levels would come here and camp it, and of course argue with each other about, oh, you're not allowed to camp, blah blah blah, instead of just agreeing to split the zone or put it in thirds or whatever you had to do. They wanted it all, and it's kind of silly. You have roaming mobs here, plus all the other stuff running around, and anyway, just one of those things that happen. But it was a great place for EXP. You have 1 or 2 merchants there in the inn, and then over here in this, I don't know what you call it, trade skill camp kind of stuff, there's quest givers, there's gypsy merchants, there's all kinds of stuff going on over there. And so it was nice to have a merchant, right next door. You could just loot everything and be happy about it. One of the tricks you will see in modern day high-level characters such as bards, druids, rangers, of course magicians, any pet class could do it too, is just to stand there. Let the pet kill everything, or let them beat themselves to death on a damage shield. If they get so low that they didn't actually kill themselves, they would walk away for a little bit, heal up enough to reattack, and maybe they would kill themselves, depending on how much damage your damage shield had. Of course, a bard with an area of effect song, he could just stand there and do that. See bards occasionally standing someplace with a pile of corpses around them. Maybe it's orcs or gnolls, and okay, what are they doing? There's not much money there. Why would they do that? Well, it's typically faction work. You'll see that in Kinos, right outside the gates over near the Plane of Knowledge Stone. There's 3 gnolls that spawn there, and you'll see a bard over there just playing a song, and the guy's probably, at work or eating lunch or something. And as the gnolls respawn, they immediately attack, of course, and die, and you get positive faction hits for doing it. So there's a basilisk egg forged. A lot of giant skeletons right now. It's nighttime. When it becomes day, you see the cyclops come out. The cyclops have a little more money on them. Slightly different loot table. I've got levitation on here. Of course you don't need it. It just kind of helps me out doing what I'm doing. I play this game in first person. I know that bugs some people. They want to see, everything going on, but I'm not casting spells, so nothing really that interesting, at least to me, to see. I'm just going ahead and killing everything. I've got a dual purpose for doing this. This is full disclosure. I'm doing the challenge, but of course I'm also getting trade skill items and things. And some of the stuff is random. You never know what you'll get. For example, I got fresh meat off a lizard. And it's always nice. There's bears in the zone, which means pelts. Just got a medium bear skin, tuft of grizzly bear fur, and a mangled animal pelt. So 3 good trade skill items. The tuft of grizzly bear fur is for tailoring skill, over 300. So there's a lot of people that pay 100 plat happily just for that one. So if I can kill these hill giants quickly, then I can kill the skeleton and get his money. And he didn't have any money, so the hill giants must have done 51% or more of the damage. Let's see if I get anything off of this one. 1 gold. But anyway, and do a little height here. I'm getting plenty of stuff to sell on my merchant as far as the armor and stuff. Okay, I said, what was it? I said 1,300, and we're at 1,800, so 17. So we're well over 500 plat in just a few minutes. I can recall people that would, as part of their gameplay, and I'm talking about people that played almost every day, not for hours, but maybe an hour here and there, that tried to log in almost every day. They would try and play on a weeknight when not as many people were logged on, and they would camp this place for as long as they could, share a camp, whatever they had to do. just to build up money. Of course, back then, people looted everything and sold it. You very rarely left stuff like I'm doing now. Some of these runes and things. It's worth a plat or two, but I'd rather have a fine steel weapon in the same spot. So, but anyway, they would devote, one day a week just to earning money, and then, then the other days would be devoted to other activities. But it just kind of became one of the necessities. If you wanted to buy some of the better gear that you couldn't get soloing or with your standard group, some of the guilds were the only people that were able to loot the stuff. And then shortly after that, they made a lot of stuff that had not previously been. They made it no drop, and so that kind of cut down on a lot of this farming for money, and it forced people into guilds and grouping and whatnot. But when they expanded all the trade skills and everything, typically half the, let's say it's a complicated recipe, say it's got 4 items. Well, 3 might be purchasable from a merchant, but 1 had to be looted. And so people, of course, needed money again to either buy the lootable item in the bazaar and then off of merchants, so it just created actually a bigger reason for getting money in the game. And for various reasons, the economy of the game was ruined. Because people just had too much money, and a lot of people stopped doing trade skilling. Alright. How much more have we got to go? 300? 25, so 275 more. And we are done with this one. And then I'll go back with, I'm kind of keeping track here off to the side with a clock, so I can get an exact timing on how fast to get to 1,000. Normally people would just go after the major mobs, but like I say, I'm doing some of the little ones too, and in the effort to get trade skill items. And my bags are full. Got it. Out a couple things. Give stuff time to spawn. I do not remember if the spawn time here is the standard 8 minutes. It may or may not be. May even be faster. I'm starting to get some cyclops. But you just have to keep in mind, if you stagger the kills, in other words, don't wipe the zone out in 30 seconds and then stand around for 6.5, 7.5 minutes waiting for everything to respawn. If you stagger your kills, you will have constant respawns, and it'll be a slightly less boring. And remember, I'm level 92, but you can farm this place in the 50s if you need to, especially with modern gear and everything. So, Oh, we're so close. Okay, go back up top here. Kill orc. Priest. And rawhide. Need that. On hill giant attack. Alright, 31. Oh, we're so close. So close. There's one. Two. Alright, we need 2,364. Cyclops eyes, stack. Come on, hill giant, get me. And they are a trade skill item also. Alright, what do we got? Let's do some math here. 200 and... Oh, so close. Just a few more kills here. See if any are hiding over here. Yep. I've got so many corpses that won't even let me drop stuff. Alright, let's take these out. Alright, we are over our goal. So, there you go. I will go and do some quick math. Of course, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. And see what we get. That looks like something I don't want. Alright. Well, I guess that'll do it. As you can see, it was pretty quick. I'm sure it'll be the fastest of all of them. But let me do what I have to do. Thank you for watching, and please add in the comments or send me a personal email, whatever you got to do, if you have any other zones you want to see in the challenge. I'll do some research and see if I can come up with some more. And thanks for watching.